So, Kara, what happened? Yeah, you could. So, Kara, what happened?
Again, again. The car stalled several times today because there's a loose wire that connects the battery. So when that wire is disconnected, the power to the car is also disconnected, so the car just stops. It's a very large car, so it's scary when it just stops.
Okay, we'll fix that.
All right, so we have Roberto here.
What's up?
Who's going to walk us through the cause behind the issues of what Kara explained earlier.
So as you guys could tell, Kara was not impressed by the way I fixed the car. So basically, what's going on is there's a drain in the car somewhere, and I have a pretty good idea where it is, but I'm kind of too lazy to attack it right away. The real issue is, if you can follow me, is here. It's in the fuse boxes, the fuse blocks. The fuse blocks, right? So when I disconnect the battery and I have the put it back on. When I disconnect the battery, I can tell when I put the battery tester, I can tell that one of these two is still demanding power. It's still generating some sort of current.
And that's with the car off.
Yeah, with the car off. And so that's what I need to do is I have to replace it. And I've bought the new ones. I just don't want to be bothered with doing that big of a job. So the temporary solution that's worked and not worked is disconnecting the battery terminals every time we get out of the car. If we don't do that, the car will drain within 5 to 10 minutes. So every time my wife gets in the car, she has to use her little pretty nails, open the hood up, and disconnect the battery like some backyard mechanic, and disconnect the terminal.
So it's not a practical thing. So we're just trying to
Definitely
find a practical solution.
Yeah, it's just a lazy husband.
All right.
So what's going on is I got a electronic battery disconnect. I'm not sure if they still make them, but I had it in my old 79 Monte Carlo, so I transferred it to this. So what happens is you have a remote. You could disconnect the battery by remote with a remote control. However, when I sold the Monte Carlo, the remote went with the car. So, but it comes with a switch, a manual switch to turn off the thing to turn off the switch from inside of the car.
So there's also an alternative
Yes.
switch that people can buy off of Amazon, which we can link up on the video.
Yeah, the alternative switch is just a manual disconnect. So you connect it to your positive end, between your positive and the battery battery terminal, and you just it works as a knob, and you just untwist it, and it disconnects it. You twist it, it connects it back.
Right, rather than playing with the wires.
Yeah,
it's just a switch.
And using a 10 mil wrench.
Okay.
But I wanted to avoid it because my wife was complaining that she had to pop the hood every time. Right. Installing this unit allows her to disconnect the car from inside the car, as opposed to turn off the car, get out of the car, pop the hood, and disconnect this. Right. So I installed. If you want to follow me, we installed a switch that connects directly to the battery terminal. So all she has to do is press a button that's going to be here to disconnect the battery. So she never has to open pop the hood. To show you guys how to connect it, so what I had to do is this the original unit, this unit came so we can connect it to the battery post that you actually screw onto it. So I had to go to my local hardware store and car parts store to buy a new unit to connect to this. to the terminal. So can you come closer? Okay. So this unit only came up to here. So it's this and this post. So I had to buy this brand new terminal and connect it through this thread and this butterfly bolt. And then on this side, it's hard to tell, I bought this here, this battery post to connect to the other part of the unit. The positive from the car, all the wires from the car to the actual unit. All right. So the unit goes in between the car and the battery. Right. So I connected the new post to the unit, and I connected the car to the unit on the other side. So from there, you connect the positive from the switch to the positive of the terminal, and also the positive of the switch, the negative of the switch, to the negative of the terminal. So once you do that, you also have the switch line here that goes from all the way here. So follow the line. So from here, I made it go all the way inside, and I made a hole. It's hard to tell. Down there, right near the steering column from the inside. So I drilled a hole, and I sealed the hole, so I can have the I drilled right beside the steering column, and the wire goes through. I fished it out, and it goes all the way through the front of the dash of the car, and it comes out here, and this little panel here, that's where the button is going to be. Fish the wire through the front of the car. You drill a 3/4 inch hole, depending on the size of the switch that you have, but mine was about 3/4 inch, and then you solder the tips. Please do not judge my soldering skills. My solder gun was not working properly, so I just work with what I got, right?
You could alternatively connect it another way through crimping the wires, right?
Yes, okay. Yes. But with this switch, however, the ends were too small for any type of quick connects. So I had to solder it. But there's other switches that you can buy that comes with the wires ready, and you just add the connections at the end to crimp them. Honestly, that would have been the smartest way to go. But what I liked about this switch is it's a one action on-off switch. So you click it once, it's on. You click it another time, it's off. As opposed to a delayed action switch where you have to keep your finger on. You have to keep your finger on it for it to come on or off.
All right, and we'll try to put up a link for where they can get that switch.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I went to my local electrician supply place.
Okay.
It's called Gervais here in Ottawa. Okay. So now I'm just putting back all the connections together so I can put the switch, and we'll show you guys how that works, how the switch and the quick disconnect works. So we just want to talk real quick about the switch and connecting it. So the back of the switch came off because when we're soldering, the heat from the solder made the plastic loose, so this came off. So what we're gonna do to fix that permanently is just add some E6000 clear transparent crazy glue. So this glue adheres to plastics, smooth surfaces, metal, wood, whatever it is, and it works very, very well. The only thing is, it takes about 12 hours to dry, but I'm okay with that because it works well. So we're just gonna apply a thin layer of glue around the thread. It's thicker than I wanted, but that's fine. Put the cap back on. And then all you do is you thread it back on. Okay. Shit. Yeah, you thread it back on. And then you clean up the excess.